Roll for Romance is a podcast featuring 5 friends thirsty for D20. Hello and welcome to Roll for Romance. Wow, okay, that's what I'm doing.
That was big.
Yes, welcome one and all to Roll for Romance. We are here today with our lovely friends. I don't know why my voice keeps changing.
Emily's going through some. She needs to be rebooted. Her program is glitching.
Hi. Today we are going to talk about what astrological sign each of our characters would be. I did think about ahead of time trying to make like an astrological system for the world, but I didn't have time. So let's start with Miles / Lauren.
He's a Sagittarius with a Venus Taurus, a Taurus and Venus, a Venus and Taurus.
Taurus, Venus, Taurus.
Taurus, Venus.
So it keeps making me think of penis for some reason. Taurus, Venus.
Penis, moon.
Okay, so this says people born with Venus and Taurus tend to be lucky in love, and the kind of love they like best is all about the buildup.
Ooh.
Think love notes, knowing glances, and slow-paced old-school seduction.
Let's do Sara / Lanny next.
Oh, hello. I think that Lanny would be a Virgo. I don't know that much about astrology, but I have read a lot of memes.
Perfect.
So I'm going to let Holly correct me if I say something that's not right. But I feel like Lanny is a perfectionist and he wants to take care of everybody, but he wants to do it the way he wants to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, he's just kind of a perfectionist for its own sake, not because he's necessarily competitive, but just you have to do things right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love that. That's great. What about Holly / Faris?
I'm pretty sure that Faris is an Aries with a Scorpio moon.
Ooh, so tell us a little bit about that.
She is bold and adventurous and hot-headed and very stubborn. And she is likely to blow up like a volcano and then it's done.
Yeah.
Which weirdly, I'm not an Aries, but I'm like that as well, which is maybe where I get that from for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Scorpio moon, she loves secrets. And she loves using them.
Mm-hmm. She does. What about Deserae / Hilrana?
So Hilrana is a Taurus, and that's partially because I'm a Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know anything about any other signs. And I spent too long looking them up and I was like, yeah, she's still a Taurus, I guess so. And so it says Taurus people revel in the pleasures of life. They crave the security and comfort of relaxing in the warmth of their home environment. They value the senses of enjoyment of material things, which is very me and Hilrana. Also says she should settle down with a Virgo. So I don't know, maybe Lanny might maybe that might be what's best for her after all.
I should have thought about one of my characters and their stuff, but I didn't have time.
What's Chadley?
So I'm just going to do myself because I know that.
Let's hear.
And I'm a Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Leo rising, which to me means don't look at me, but look at me. But don't look at me, but look at me.
That's right. Yeah. Definitely.
Oh my goodness. Can you believe who I ran into at book club? It was Hilrana, Lanny, Miles, and Faris. They seemed like they really enjoyed Kiss of Fire and talked to Gary for a long time about the lost city of Amoret. I'm not really quite sure what they were talking about. I just got so lost looking at them. Oh, they're all so lovely. I invited them to come see me at my work at Bridgit's Bounty, and wouldn't you know it, they're here tonight. I hope they'll stop by my table and that my luck might rub off on them a little bit. Oh, wow, what a wonderful day.
So last time we ended at the casino talking to Sono about his ill-advised kidnapping plan. He decided that it wasn't really appropriate to talk about it anymore in a public space, but he said, let's have some fun. So we are at a casino where Mitzi is working. There's all kinds of games of fortune. Do you want to party with Sono, or you want to be like, nah, I'm good?
Depends on who's paying.
Oh, for sure Sono's paying.
Okay, yes,
Yes, thank
Hell
you,
yeah.
Sono.
Yes, everything here, in case you did. Have you guys been here before?
No.
No.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so everything here is for the temple of Bridgit. And so I feel really good about coming here and spending a shit ton of money because it goes to like paying the people here living wages, but then also all the money that they get goes to like charities and shit like that.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
so just waste all your money here because really you're just donating it
No, that's nice.
in
If
an
I had
indirect
money
way.
to waste, I would definitely waste it here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I confront you all. Just like don't go too crazy.
Okay.
What is too crazy?
You're going to have to give Miles a number.
You just need your budget.
I think that like here, I'll give you each a set amount, and
That's
then
probably a
we'll
good
go
idea.
from there. I'll give you each, I don't know, 100 gold. Does that sound good?
Sure.
From a
Sure.
royal.
Sono, thank you.
But we could win.
I didn't bring like all of my money with me.
They have like a line of credit or something.
I'm sure they do, but I probably wouldn't do that. Just because it's for charity doesn't mean that they don't have very extreme collections, people.
Yeah. Yeah, 100
Thank
gold.
you so much,
Thank you so much, Sono.
You're welcome. Okay, what are we doing? What are we playing? There's the Wheel of Fortune, which is literally just spinning a wheel. There is Kissing Pixies, which you can see over there, and you see some people like screaming at each other as they're throwing dice on a table. And I don't know, there's all kinds of other card games and fun stuff. The sky's the limit. What do you want to do?
I'm interested in those screaming pixies. I just want to see what it is.
It's really not that exciting, but no. So for
Wow,
this
you really sold me
for
on
this
that one.
game, what basically is going to happen is that each person, they roll at the same time, and you pick a number, like or it's technically a symbol in the thing. The dice have symbols on them, and you each try to roll 2 of your number or symbol before the other person does, and whoever does that gets the money from the wager. But if anyone rolls 2 pixie symbols, which would be a 6, then the game's over. Nobody wins.
Kind of like a weird craps roulette.
Kind of, yeah, kind of.
Okay,
Nice,
I'll play a
nice.
couple of rounds. If
Do
somebody,
you want to play against a random stranger or against
does
your
somebody
friends?
else want to play?
I'll play.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's try this game. We're going to change the rules of it because I forgot how hard that would be to actually roll. So I would say you got to try to get doubles of any number,
Oh, then
except for
that's
the
easier.
pixies.
I want to
Okay.
play.
Okay, so
Friends.
not,
except for
but
6.
If anybody gets
Okay.
double
So I'm going to say
6.
1, 2, 3, roll so that we're doing the same thing at the same time. And how much are you guys putting in on this? You have to agree what your wager is for this.
10 gold.
10 gold. So you each put 10 gold in. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, roll. Okay.
4 and a 2.
If for some reason you both get doubles, whoever gets like the higher number doubles will win. Okay. 1, 2, 3, roll.
Oh, I got 2 sixes.
Everybody gets really mad. And you both lose your 20 gold.
I'll be like, oh well, I guess it's not my game. All right,
Ooh,
so
bad luck. Okay. That one's kind of boring, like I said. Miles, you had your eye on something.
Yeah, I want to play parkour laser craps.
Parkour
Ooh.
laser crabs. I knew
Laser
you would be into that.
It's a giant life-size craps board.
Uh-huh.
You,
Oh, I thought you said crabs.
we could have it be crabs too.
There's also crabs.
There's also
can
crabs.
dress like
There's
a
also
crab.
random crabs on the craps table.
Yeah.
You
the
physically
craps
have to
crabs.
put yourself on the number you're wagering against, but you have to go through a series of obstacles, like parkour
Wow.
and lasers, while avoiding lasers
So it's
and the crabs.
This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay.
It's intense.
This sounds really intense. I'm trying to think of what what's the element of chance for this game
rolling the
versus
dice.
skill.
You also have to roll dice.
Holy moly! Okay, I need you to break parkour laser crabs down for me.
I feel like I understand it.
I don't.
Yeah.
That was
Please,
good.
please tell me.
So the way craps work, right? The game, if I understand correctly, is you have all your numbers on a board, and then you put your bet on whatever number you think it's going to be on, and then you roll dice, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if it ends up being that number, you get the money back. Except instead of putting physical money on the table, you have to position your body on the number.
On the number.
This
So
enormous board.
while lasers and crabs
While
are
avoiding
coming at
lasers,
you.
crabs, and there's little parkour things that you use to jump over said lasers and crabs.
I love it. Let's do, who's participating in parkour laser crabs?
I will physically be participating in it. I think someone has to bet on me. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So you're like their champion for this.
Yeah.
We should all bet on me.
If this is acrobatics based, I will participate.
You could do acrobatics.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So you both, who's betting on Miles? Who's betting on Lanny?
I'll bet on Lanny.
How much is the wager?
Oh, yeah. How much? Is there a table minimum?
10
For
gold.
parkour
again,
laser
I'm
crabs, it's 50 gold.
good. Okay, 50 gold.
All right. Well, that might be about
money.
done after that, but I'll do it.
Holly and Des will roll the chance ones. Because I'm assuming, like, if it doesn't land on your number, then you both have to try to parkour over to the number
Yeah.
Yeah, that
before
makes
the
sense.
other one gets there.
Yeah.
Whoever gets there first.
So if you get a nat 20, it's already on the number that you're on, and then it's just going to determine the difficulty for the athletics check of who would get there, like a modifier for that.
Which die are we using?
Just a d20.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Miles.
3.
I got a 5.
Okay.
So
So both really bad, nowhere near each other on the board. Actually, you know what? You can add that number to whatever you roll. That's what we'll do.
okay,
that's
cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
I like that.
So both Miles and Lanny roll your not athletics, acrobatics check.
Oh! Lanny trips.
I get a
Face
natural
plants.
1 for a total of
A crab
4.
just leaps out and bites you in the ankle, and you trip, and the laser hits you.
I'm locked in combat with this crab. It's on top of me. It's
very
and it
small.
won't get out of my face.
It's very small.
I'm worried about my hair.
You're going to get a crab haircut.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Miles, what did you
out of
get?
there.
I got a 24.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Miles like leaps over your body.
I'm
Mario
so many
leap over
regrets
it.
right now.
Somehow Miles does like a double jump. Perfect. So yes, Miles as the champion for Faris. So Faris, you now have 100 gold from that interaction. Any more?
I have some cuts on my face.
Very tiny.
Yeah.
But the consolation prize is you can take that crab home with you if you would like.
I'm gonna roll an animal handling check to
Yeah, you
see
can
if
make
I
animal
can
handling.
make peace with this crab. I got a 15.
Yeah, that's enough.
All right,
It could be the
so
consolation crab.
we reach an accord.
Consolation.
The consolation crab, I love it. So now I have like a little
We're
crab
carrying
carrier.
case of a consolation.
His
Yeah.
name is Cece.
Cece. Cece the consolation crab. Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Any other games of chance that you all would like to participate in?
Oh, so I won 100 from
Yeah,
that.
you won
I'll give
100.
you 50.
Okay.
Give me at least 50.
I have lost, what was that, 50 gold? So I've lost 60 gold. So I have 40 gold. Okay.
I'm going to go play Mitzi's, whatever game Mitzi's running.
Mitzi is doing a card game. Somebody want to make a card game off the top of
It
their
could just
head?
be blackjack.
Yeah, it's what fantasy blackjack. So we don't have cards. Is anybody else participating?
Sure,
and I
I'll
have
do
to be
it.
the house, I suppose. So it's
Miles
just a
is
10
playing.
gold
I'm just
wager.
watching.
Okay.
So everybody can roll their. Let's do 2d6.
Okay.
Oh, I'm kissing pixies. I would have lost because I got a 12.
I got a 9.
So keep track of that number. Now the dealer's going to put down. Are you staying or are you
I'm going to
going?
indicate, hit
I
me.
guess. Okay, so go ahead and roll another 2d6.
Weird. I got the same exact thing.
So 12 plus 8. The dealer is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Got a 20. What are you at, Lanny?
10.
10. What are you at, Miles?
18.
18. Oof.
Oh, I'm at 16, so if
16.
the dealer has a 20, I'm going to have to do another.
Yeah, you guys are
I'm
going to
probably
have to do
bust,
another
but-
one and see if you bust or not. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, I busted.
I got up to 17, but I think I still lose.
You can
or-
keep going, I think. In this version, you can keep going.
Well, I might as well.
Yeah.
Nope.
The house always wins.
The 25.
You were playing with Mitzi, and she got the 20. And I'm so sorry, y'all. I just have such good luck. People really don't like coming to my table, but I'm so charming that they come anyway.
That's exactly right. Well, you were such a good dealer, Sugar.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Have a little. Have this.
Oh, she'll touch your hand for a little moment. Ooh. And she will take it. And what is with it? This?
So it's a 5
Oh,
gold chip.
nice.
And then there's just a little note on the back with like Faris's lip print from her lipstick. And
oh my.
and a little note that says, "Come see me at the Beholder."
Oh, okay.
And then I know she's working, so I don't want to
sorry,
be.
darling. I'm working right now, but I'd love to see you again.
Oh, I'd love to see you too. Come see me.
And then a bunch of people come and kind of like elbow you out of the way, and then Mitzi just charms them and keeps beating them because she has excellent luck.
I want to play a game where I can just slots. I just want to play
Yeah,
slots. I want a big win.
Okay, yeah, they definitely have like copper slots. They have gold slots if you're feeling a little bit fancier. They're just these little arcane machines.
What do I need to roll to get jackpot?
Okay, so I think you would roll 3 d6, and if you get 666, it's the devil's game, devil slots. You would get the total jackpot. If you get 2 6s, you get like a little bit of a payout. If you get 1 6, it's even smaller. So if it's a gold slots, then you would get 100 gold if you get 666. Actually, no, let's make it 1,000. If you get 666, you get 10 if you get 2 6s, and then you get 1 basically
You get a
back if you
crab.
get 1 6. No matter what, you get a crab.
We've got a crab problem.
So it's
and we need you to take our crabs.
It's crab
You
night.
cannot leave without crabs.
Please help us.
In one way or another.
I'm going to play 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
Everyone
so, and you can keep going. Just keep track of how many gold you've spent.
Okay.
I'll let everybody roll 10 times, okay? So otherwise it's going to be a whole
I'm so
contest.
confused. Am I supposed to be writing this down?
I
Yeah,
got
just
1,
keep track
6.
of how many 6s you get.
And how many rolls?
Yeah, and how many rolls you've done. This is thrilling for podcast audio.
14 gold.
Whoa, good job.
I made 2 gold.
These slots are, they're not too bad.
This is just as addicting as real slots.
I know. Let's just keep doing this. For not real money. What'd you get,
I
Faris?
spent 10, but I won 15.
Whoa,
So
these
basically, I'm up 5.
these machines are not balanced properly.
I won 3.
Nice,
After
yeah.
spending 10.
Oh, okay, so it's
That's
a negative
downside.
7.
Yeah.
Are those calculating for you, Faris, the 10 that you spent? Okay, wow,
Yes.
nice.
After we leave, they decommissioned those slots
Like,
machines.
you see somebody do like a little ear thing.
They won 0 crabs.
No crabs. Actually, wait, you did have a net win, or you had a net loss?
Had a net loss.
Okay, you get another crab. You got 2 crabs. Another consolation crab.
Okay.
What's this one's name?
This is SC for slots crabs.
Is the other one
CC
Craps
and
crab?
SE.
What?
Was the other one Craps crab then?
The other one's consolation crab.
They're in a little bucket holding claws.
Oh,
Now I'm wondering if we're intended to eat them or keep them as pets.
it's up to you.
Oh no.
Are they soft
There's a crab buffet. No, I'm just kidding.
It's the same crabs that you can have as pets. This
You
is a
bring your
dark
crabs
humor.
from the consolation crab prizes to the crab buffet. Okay, last game of chance. Sono is very partial to the wheel if you guys don't have any ideas, but if you do have ideas, please say them now.
Is there owlbear racing?
I just don't want the owlbears to feel like they're being abused
What's
with
a
the racing.
creature that
Yeah, we
likes
could do
to
some-
race? This is
No.
I
golden
feel like
retrievers
there's
again.
crab racing, but they don't know that they're racing.
Yeah.
yes,
So it's
okay,
just like
yes.
completely
Perfect.
random which one makes it to the
Okay,
end.
the final game will be the crab races. Because the thing is, if you lose, you get a consolation crab.
Yeah. Can you enter your
I have
own
so many
crabs?
You can definitely enter your own crabs if you would like to into the race.
Okay. Do you
Can
want to get one
Hilrana
of
turn into a crab? And
Oh my god! So that would technically be cheating. If you could do it in a way that nobody noticed or picked up on it, you could totally do that.
amazing?
I'm just going to do that
So-
for the sake of fun.
So Hilrana, are you going to try to go somewhere and be hidden and then be somebody else's
Yeah,
crab?
I'm going to
Lena
yeah.
could take her bucket of crabs,
Yeah,
or
I'm
his
gonna, like,
bucket of crabs into
tell
the
Lanny.
bathroom.
Yeah.
And just come out with 3 instead of 2.
Yes.
So you all head to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make a perception check for the security of this place.
Okay.
You guys make a stealth. Actually, I think yours would be a stealth check, Hilrana.
Okay.
Or no, deception check.
Okay.
And yours would be a sleight of hand check.
Okay. to secretly slip the
Hilrana
Inside my
has
crab
terrible
carrier.
deception. Oh my god, I got a 2.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. I got 13 total.
I'm going to say that you feel somewhat confident. She did not do a very good job in her transformation of being subtle about it. However, you did a pretty good job of quickly putting her into the bucket.
I just imagined her like entering the bathroom and like twirling with like glitter and stuff.
As the door starts to close, you can catch it a little bit, but fortunately the security person was looking over at something else.
Crabs.
She literally is like, form of crab.
Yep, definitely. Lots of glitter, twirling ribbons.
And because I think that all of your animals that you turn into have to be really cute, it's like a slightly really big-eyed crab.
It's a chippy crab.
So, which crabs are you guys racing? You have 3 crabs at your disposal, or you can all bet on Hilrana crab.
I'm going to bet on Hilrana.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
We're going to get thrown out of this.
Yeah. We're doomed.
So I was like, oh, where'd you get that other crab from?
Oh, I lost another game.
On the way to the bathroom, man, you have really bad luck.
Just in the
Bad
bathroom.
at games.
So
Why are you so obsessed with our crabs, Sono? Are you the crab police?
Maybe I am.
Oh no.
Okay, guys, don't fight.
I mean, last time we fought, it was a really great time.
That's true. It was a good time.
Anyway, let's head over to the crab races. You see some people screaming at the crabs as they sort of race through an obstacle course, and it's like one of those dog racing courses, except all the crabs go at once, and it's crab-sized obstacles.
Right. And they're not stressed out because they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Just do whatever
No.
they want.
But I think it's a good opportunity for us to fuck with people and just kind of break through the crowd and push them aside and say, if you want your crab to win, you must sing to them and speak softly.
Don't tell me how to handle my crabs, lady.
Well, then shut up and watch this.
Okay, so this angry man that you told to sing to his crabs has a very mean, tough-looking crab with razor blades attached to its claws.
Seems like
Is it smoking a
It's like,
cigarette?
yeah, it has a cigarette, a little crab cigarette that
Should not be
smokes.
allowed.
And the crab goes up to him and the crab's like, come on, cut me so I can, it helps me get
Oh my
Can I
god!
roll to save that crab?
the crab wants it. The crab
we were
loves,
trying to-
craves the adrenaline.
We were trying to have a humane race here, Emily.
No, this is a berserker crab.
This crab needs it to rage.
He's a barbarian
Yeah.
class crab.
Uh-huh.
And if you guys have never played one of those, you have to take damage or deal damage every round, or else you lose your rage.
Yeah, so the guy's gonna like throw rocks at the crab. But the crab wants it, you can tell. The crab has its eyes on the prize.
Melees can respect that. He understands.
Okay, so it's that crab versus just a standard crab that Sono got as a consolation prize. And Hilrana crab.
Before the race starts, I'm going to put my face close to the bucket or carrier or whatever it is that I've got these crabs in. And I'm going to be like, I believe in you, HC. HC is for Hilrana crab. You can do this, but don't do too good because then they'll know.
Have a little crab wink.
Little crab wink. Wink.
I wink back at Hilrana crab.
Okay.
Crabrana.
So the crab race is about to commence. This guy is obviously hyping his crab up by making him go into a berserk rage. You can do something for the crab.
I'm sorry. I meant to say that I was giving Hilrana inspiration.
Inspiration,
With my little.
So your speeds are all going to be the same. The base stats that you're going to roll for things are all going to be the same. We're just going to modify them depending on if you're the berserker crab, regular crab, or Hilrana crab. Okay, guys. It is crab racing. A very large crowd has gathered to wager on these crabs. What are you all wagering on Hilrana crab?
Do we get to keep the money we don't use?
I think when we're done, you could try to persuade Sono to keep your money or not. Because his default is he's going to take it and back it just because you guys were just having fun and give it to charity. But you can persuade him to, well, the base, if you have more than 100, you could keep the excess over 100. So, crab race time. The crab gun. I almost said crab rocket. The The crab rocket, it bursts at the top of the thing in a big firework, and it is time for the crabs to go. The first obstacle is going to be one of those things where you run up one side and then like a little balance beam type thing, and then you have to run down the other side. Okay, so that's going to be a acrobatics check for the crabs. I'm going to roll for regular crab. Or I'll call him a Sono crab. There's berserker crab, and there is...
Do you want me to roll for one of the crabs?
Yeah, can you roll for Sono's crab?
I'll roll for the regular crab.
The guy throws a rock at berserk crab so he can keep his thing, but it doesn't benefit this.
All right, Sono's crab got a 6.
Okay, Sono's crab kind of goes over to the side of the thing and scuttles around and then comes back and is not really even doing an obstacle. Hilrana crab, I think you'd have advantage because you know what you're supposed to be doing.
8.
Well, the berserker crab got a 19. It scuttles across that thing. It pushes Sono crab out of the way a little bit so it gets disoriented. It is on to the next obstacle before you are even done with the balance beam.
Can I yell something at the berserker
Absolutely,
crab to try to make him upset?
Crowd interaction is
make him
allowed.
more powerful, though.
No, because I'm going to yell, violence is not the answer, and you hurt others because you've been hurt yourself. And I'm trying to therapize him.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage because it's a crab.
Oh no. 5.
The guy that's actually like, shut up, leave my crab alone. You got this, buddy. And he throws another rocket in, and then the crab just
rages again.
Okay, next obstacle is going to be one of those little tunnels that you go through. So I think this again is going to be, I guess, athletics to see how fast you can go. It's not really an obstacle so much as just knowing to go inside the tube tunnel.
Here we go.
And you get
Go
advantage again,
inside
Hilrana,
that
because you...
tube.
11.
Wow, 14 for berserker crab.
No, well, hold on. Lanny's going to use cutting words against berserker crab.
What do you say?
And be like, you don't want to go through the tunnel. Go as slow as you can.
Okay, what? So you roll something against...
I can use my bardic inspiration die to subtract it from his roll.
Okay, go for it.
I subtract 4 from his roll.
Okay, he gets a 10, so he's not like... And what did you get, Hilrana crab?
11.
Okay, so...
And Sono's crab got a 6 again.
One hasn't even gone over the balance beam. It went up halfway and then went back down the same way it came. I would say that the berserker crab is still somewhat in front of you, but you are gaining on him. So as he exits the tunnel, you are catching up a little bit, Hilrana crab. Another rock from the guy. Come on, don't let that crab beat you. And
So intense.
we're gonna do a little leap over something, which leaping is athletics, I believe. Over a little pit, a crab pit, with spikes
at the bottom.
inside of it. Yeah.
I'm going to use cutting words again.
I got
And I'm just
6.
fall in the pit.
Okay, you got a 17.
Oh, crap.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I subtract 7 from the crab's roll.
Only 10, so he does make it over the pit.
Sono's crab gets a 7 on this one.
Sono's crab finally makes it over the balance beam.
Yay.
Sono's crab.
Sweet little Sono's crab.
Sono's like, you got this, buddy. I believe in you no matter what.
Oh,
And the other guy's like, shut up. Nobody cares about your crab.
so rude.
Oh my god.
The crowd is screaming. So Hilrana, I would say you get a little bit nervous because you're not used to using a crab-sized body to leap over a pit of spikes. So you halt and you don't actually do the jump. So I'm gonna have to make
Am I not used to
make
it?
the roll again on this next thing.
Honest to God, thought you said it was a pit of spice.
A pit of spice.
Like Old Base.
It's a pit of spice.
You're just spicing him up. The last thing is just fire.
You better
Boiling
fucking
water.
jump or you're gonna go to blood.
Okay, it is spice, not spikes. So I would say 7, you just don't make it all the way across. You fall into the spice pit, so you're gonna have to climb out.
I'm so delicious.
Sealy's is licking his lips. He loves him some crab legs.
We got 2 more obstacles. You still got a chance. You're just gonna be behind on this one. What should the next one be? Weave poles. Weave poles for the crabs. Like dog agility.
The most dexterous of
Almost all of this
crustaceans,
is
as
dog
we
agility,
know.
of course. So weave poles for the crabs. This is definitely not athletics, acrobatics check.
All right, I'm going to insult the crab
Oh my
again.
God, how many bardic inspirations do you have left?
I have 2, so this is gonna be the second
Hopefully
to
you don't
last
fight anybody
one.
on the way home.
Yeah, I'm just into this right now, okay?
Okay. crab got 14.
I got 16.
Damn.
Woo!
I only got 1, so
Okay, so you 16 is great. You clamber out of the pit of spice. Somehow the spice kind of like gets you a little bit more hyped up.
yeah.
You feel a little spicier, and you run. What about Sono Crab?
Sono Crab gets 13 this time.
Sono Crab's going through the tunnel.
Nice job.
Good job,
Sono
bud.
Crab.
I would say that for this next one, you guys are going to be almost neck and neck. You're still slightly behind Berserker Crab Hilrana, but you have a chance.
Yay.
And I am going to use my final inspiration.
Sono just goes over and picks up the little crab that came out of the tunnel and just is like, it's okay, bud.
Yeah, he's confused.
It gets very confused and just kind of, he doesn't want to have to navigate the pit of spice.
Yeah.
Okay, final thing. I really kind of do want it to be fire, but I don't know how that's really
Well, maybe
it's an illusion.
yeah.
an illusory fire.
Yes.
'Cause
Okay.
a real crab might not know that's not real.
Yeah, so this Berserker crab knows that it thinks that it's fire.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
got to hype itself up.
This is
So
stressful.
you're
Hilrana
gonna-
is going to file a complaint.
Hilrana, make a perception check as your crab to see if you realize that it's not real fire, if it's illusory fire.
14.
14. Okay, so you do recognize that this is not real fire. You can just run
Good.
through it to the end, to the finish
Good.
line. I'm gonna make the guy's like, don't worry, you feel the flames. You are the flames. You got this, and he throws it at him.
Cook yourself.
Because he is raging, so he would take half damage if it
Yeah,
was real
true,
flame. So we
true,
still
true.
got to make a low DC, wisdom saving throw to see if he can steel himself to go through.
And I'm going to be like, you don't want to die here.
Faris is you're gonna burn, crab.
Got a 4.
This crab is terrified of the flames. And it holds itself back. And now the thing is, it can get another chance, but Hilrana crab, roll your speed to go through the flames. See how fast you go. So just roll another athletics check.
10.
Okay, 10. That's enough. I think that's
Yes.
enough for Hilrana. You don't go particularly fast because maybe the spices are getting in the way in your eyes a little bit. Yeah, but you make it across the finish line. The guy just like picks up a table and throws it across the room that was holding the
Can I
crab.
punch this guy out?
Absolutely.
All right, yes.
I'm good. I would like
Okay.
to do that.
You roll for an attack on this man.
Oh my God. We're going to get thrown out anyway.
We gotta rehabilitate the berserker crab.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and steal the Berserker crab.
While he's being
I
punched.
rolled a 10.
A 10 is not enough to hit this guy. He ducks out of the way. He's like, man, leave me alone. I gotta go tend to my crab. And he goes and he rushes out. You can try to grab the crab in that moment with a sleight of hand.
Save the crab.
I do feel like we need to save this crab.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
I got a 20.
Oh my God! Okay, so this guy, he goes like, where the fuck is my crab? Scuttles, where are you, my buddy? Scuttles.
Now I feel bad.
Scuttles.
No, just because he gave it a cute name doesn't mean he treats it well.
Oh, we have to think about this
I'm gonna
logically.
insight check this
He
guy.
was throwing rocks at it.
All right, I got a 20 for my insight.
You can tell
Oh my
that this
gosh.
guy is only doing what the crab wishes for.
Okay. I'm just going to give him back his crab and I'll be like, I noticed that he looked a little bit unwell.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me with this crab. He's
Oh,
gonna
no.
bite me.
He's gonna cut
He's gonna
you.
cut you with
Coulda
his
cut
razor
me
blades.
so hard. 10.
The crab definitely slices you with his razor blades as he leaps from your hand into this guy's hand. And the guy like cradles him. He's like, it's okay, buddy. You did a great job.
Man, we learned a life lesson here. Don't judge people by the.
I'm sorry I yelled at you. I just get so passionate about crab racing. Okay.
Guys, it's just like sinking in that I spent like the last 15 minutes nagging a crab.
And you got no bardic inspiration left in case something bad happens on the way home. So you have finished your delightful evening of gambling. You can get the spice washed off of you.
Yeah, I have
Thank
prestidigitation. I can just be like, spice be gone.
Does anyone want to go to the crab buffet?
Yes.
No, I can't do that right now.
Realize heads over to the crab buffet. Yeah. You'd have a delightful crab meal.
Does Lenny take Hilrana back to the bathroom so she can not
Yes,
be a crab? Because she's
definitely.
really scared around the crab buffet.
Yeah, yes.
It's all fun and games till someone ends up dinner.
How much money did we win?
Well, okay, so you got triple
triple.
of what you wagered for that.
That was 249 gold for me. Or 249.
249.
for each of us.
Sono's going to ask back for the 100. You
Oh,
can try
yeah.
to
Oh,
persuade him
absolutely.
otherwise because he wants to donate it.
No, I would give him that back.
Mealy's doesn't want to.
Okay, make a persuasion check. What do you say, Miles, to not give it back?
I'd like to keep it.
Okay, you just say it very sincerely.
I got a natural 1.
Another uncharacteristic serious moment for Sono as he narrows his eyes at you and he's like, Miles,
Yeah, Sono.
you're a good person. This people deserve this money more than you do.
Yeah.
So you can give him
Because
the
I'm
100
super
back.
rich, so it doesn't matter. I like that you touched the gold, I guess.
But you can
Oh,
keep what so
you can keep what you
Yeah.
over that.
Yeah.
Now, if you had said that before this interaction, you would have got advantage. But
Oh.
unfortunately, you didn't.
Yeah. The entire argument was, I want it, though.
I want it though. Because you touched it. But you already said just I want it though. Hey there, it's your DM and pal Emily here with a few quick announcements. First off, thank you so much for listening. Y'all truly are the best, and we appreciate you so much. Special shout out to Malkavir or @Malkavir on Twitter. I'm not sure if I said that right, but you know who I'm talking about if that's you. It's a joy to hear from you, and you rock. If you'd like a chance at your own special mention in a future episode, tweet @RollForRomance. And even if you don't want that, hearing from you just makes our day feel so much better, and it's just the best. We're coming up on the end of the TTRPGs for Reproductive Rights bundle. It's on sale through June 13th, so go ahead and grab that if you haven't. I know that payday has come for some of you, so maybe we're waiting to snag it. It has almost 300 creations from over 200 people that contributed their amazing content, including maps, TTRPGs, other cool supplements. It's just incredible, and we've raised almost $125,000 at this point, so maybe we can push it even further before we get to the end. You can find the link for that in the episode description. Now we have a very special word from our friends at Shrimp and Crits. Please enjoy.
Hey, sorry to interrupt your favorite podcast, but I'm here to tell you about Shrimp and Crits, an actual play podcast with a southern twist. My name is Ian, and I am the keeper for this show as we play Monster of the Week by Michael Sands. If you like the sound of swampy monster mayhem, gators gone shopping, and magical fairy mischief, you will be right at home in the remote panhandle town of Gullah, Florida, where spooky danger has begun to wash ashore. Shrimp and Crits is the story of Sarah Payne the Mundane.
All I'm asking for is answers. That's all I'm looking for is the truth.
Ari Green the Searcher.
You know the proclamations of the Fae. I suggest you follow them from now on.
And Ray Ray, the most mundane monstrous you will ever meet.
Mr. Zeus, I'm a big fan. I knew you were real. And Ray Ray's just like bowing in front of this swan.
As they fumble their way through protecting their skeptical town from mysterious evils. We release new episodes every other Monday on the podcatcher of your choice. Hope to see you soon in sunny Gullah.
If you liked their vibe, please go and check out Shrimp and Crits and let them know that Roll for Romance sent you. That's all for today. Now let's get back to our adventure. So you exit Bridget's bounty, I assume.
Yes.
Sono will look at you all and say, well, that was a lot more fun. Oh shit, I left my date in there. She's fine.
You had a date?
Yeah, there was a woman that was with him, but she had gone off and was starting to talk to this handsome bugbear. So it's fine.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem bothered by it at all, and she definitely didn't. So you are all now outside of the casino, and he says, are we calling it a night? Do you want to go somewhere else? We can also, do you have somewhere we can go and talk?
Talking's probably good. We need to figure out, how to save everyone.
How far are we from Greg's house?
Not super far. It's going to be
If
a
that's okay
short
with
walk.
Hilrana, we could go back to Greg's.
You get back to Greg's house, and as you arrive, you see Archibald with a little knapsack type thing over his shoulder. Oh, Mistress Hilrana, I'm so glad that I caught you before I left. I'm headed out of town to aid your father, Master Greg.
Oh, Okay.
With his incarceration, we should be back. Well, I'll be back in a few days. He still needs to stay out of town for continuing his business that kind of got postponed when he got put in jail. But don't worry, everything's great.
Is there anything you need, Archibald?
No, I'm fine. I left a stockpile of sandwiches in the icebox.
You're too sweet.
If you need anything, you can always use the sending stone, and I can give you instructions on how to make a sandwich.
Or if you're survival to make a sandwich.
But yes, have a wonderful evening. I will see you again soon.
Please take care of yourself, Archie.
Do you think I don't know how to make sandwiches?
Oh no, I would never presume that. I just figured I wanted to be of help.
Do you know
well,
how to make
thank you.
sandwiches?
I definitely know how to make sandwiches.
I feel like Hilrana should roll to see. I don't believe it.
Roll for sandwich making.
This is a good
I
way
got
to
a
get a
2.
sandwich.
Absolutely. Everybody can make an insight check to see if the Hilrana knows how to make sandwiches. Archie knows for sure, but he's being polite.
19.
18.
I rolled a 4.
You know, it was that bad of a roll.
I know.
Oh.
That Hilrana definitely doesn't know how to make sandwiches.
I don't know how to make sandwiches either. I whisper that to her.
Maybe me and Miles are going to stay up one night looking at Archie's recipe and like trying to figure out sandwiches.
Do you like a ghost thing of making sandwiches?
Except it's the ghost of Archibald reaching out
Bread
to guide your hands. And he's not dead.
He's not dead.
It's just him.
That's how the recipe works.
He knows how to astral project just for sandwich making purposes.
I love the idea of like
would.
release the sexy whatever music it is that Ghost has during that pottery making scene,
Yeah.
but then with Archibald's voice.
My darling.
Your sandwiches.
Now add the cheese and ham.
Wow. Let's do some plot. So Archie will head off, and you are now alone with Sono at Greg's house.
With the sandwich.
This is a nice place.
Thank you.
This is your dad's house?
Yeah.
Nice.
We all live here though.
Awesome. Can I see your room?
Can I interest you in a sandwich?
All your rooms.
Oh, mine's up several flights of stairs, so it would take kind of a while to get there.
There's an elevator. Did you not know that? It's
What?
Have you been walking up all of those stairs to the tower every time you go to your room?
Oh, yes.
Speaking of which, out of character, Lanny, I think, has gotten like a modifier at this point. If you keep your stair routine going on, you don't use the elevator, you will definitely get a +1 to your
Constitution, probably.
I think Constitution
because it's more of a like cardiovascular.
Yeah,
thing.
it would go up by a point. Your Constitution
Wow.
would go up
All
by a
right,
point.
I'm gonna keep climbing these damn stairs because I've got an 8. My Constitution's
It's
an
not gonna
8.
make a difference in your modifier.
I know, but eventually,
yeah, we keep
someday.
doing it. So yeah, I got the sense earlier that you all did not like my kidnapping plan. And by got the sense, you literally told me that. So what are our thoughts other than that?
Well, we were going to go and try and visit someone we met at the archive to find out more about Lear. And perhaps
Okay.
something that we find there could be, the smoking crossbow, so to speak. That doesn't make any sense. Do we have guns? Is this a gun D&D campaign? Some of them do have guns.
That's a tough question. I'm going to say yes, guns.
Okay, smoking
Yes
gun.
to guns. I just want to note that I didn't like your plan for kidnapping, but I did enjoy our plan for kidnapping.
What was your plan?
That we're the kidnappers. We're the pirates.
Yeah, no, I totally would. That would be great. The thing is, you guys would have to have a ship or get in with another pirate mercenary
we're gonna
crew.
join that pirate crew.
Well, perfect.
I am not joining another pirate crew.
I may
Another
be able
one.
to
It's a long story.
get us an airship that we could borrow for a few days if this caper won't take more than that.
Borrow. Can you define borrow?
Well, as long as the owner doesn't find out.
Okay, no, I cannot. I can't be involved with that.
Sono, what? Are you kidding me? You can't be involved
with stealing an innocent person's airship.
Borrowing.
Oh, it would be borrowing, and he's
it's against
definitely
the law
not
to take somebody else's vehicle.
Kidnapping.
But I'm not the one doing the kidnapping, and I'm paying people, so it's technically not a kidnap.
Oh,
Sono,
you remember what happened last time.
loose.
We're not kidnapping anyone. We're not stealing an airship. We are going to get some evidence.
Here's the thing, though. I have to leave in 2 days, whether or not this happens or not, because I'm supposed to be going on a diplomatic mission on an airship. So Celeste and my mom, well, not technically my mom, but the Empress, they don't want me around anymore.
You know, I think there's a very high chance you're going to get kidnapped on that airship anyway.
Yeah, but so wouldn't I rather have like a kidnapping of that I was aware of?
And the best evidence we have is getting Prince Grant and Bernadette back again, so they can tell us what actually happened.
That was my thought, yeah.
And I just don't see how kidnapping would make that work.
Because otherwise my ship has to go where I told people I'm going. This way I'm off the hook as far as responsibility.
Well, we could just hijack the airship that you're on.
What's wrong with you just going on the mission?
Because we need to figure something out.
Here's the thing. You're not very helpful in figuring anything out, and we might do better if you just went along on your diplomatic mission.
Yeah, but who on the Black Cloud Islands is going to talk to you as opposed to me?
Here's the other thing. I don't have to do any of this, Sono.
You don't have to. I didn't ask you guys to. I just literally told you my plan.
Okay, well,
and you told me, no, that's terrible.
Well,
okay, you know what? Go get kidnapped. I'm not going to have anything to do with it, though.
I just want to be a pirate.
Yeah.
You know,
that pirate life.
You all do not have to get involved with this.
You all want that pirate life until the fruit runs out and everyone gets scurvy.
I think that I might be in the minority, but I'm not sure that Sono's plan is the worst idea. I'm not sure what other options he
Sono
has.
Immediately brightens when you say that.
If you want to, reach the Black Cloud Islands, and this is the only way to do that, I don't.
Why don't we just kidnap Celeste?
How the hell are you going to do that? You'd have to get into the palace and get her. She hasn't gone anywhere.
I'm sure there's tunnels everywhere.
I
what
am
would we get from
definitely
Celeste?
not kidnapping Celeste. I don't want to spend the rest of my life in prison.
Yeah, you definitely
isn't
would.
that going to happen if we kidnap Sono?
No, because we're undercover as pirates.
Well, the people that are rescuing Sono won't know that.
People don't care as much about me as they do for Celeste. Celeste is going to take over the Empire when my mother abdicates.
No, and he just needs pretext to leave. After he gets back, he can explain that we were in on it with him, and I'm sure that if there are consequences, it won't be nearly as dire as kidnapping somebody without their permission to be kidnapped. So really kidnapping somebody, an actual kidnapping of somebody who's going to be Empress someday. I don't think I am up for that.
I would not recommend that or ask that of you.
Do we know for sure Prince Grant is at the Black Cloud Isles?
I mean, I don't know 100% for sure, but where else would he be?
How would we get him back with Bernadette after the kidnapping?
My thought was I would try to talk to them and find out what happened.
And then you could relay that to Celeste and hopefully.
But I don't think they're in their right minds right now.
Oh.
Well, no, I agree.
We did have that account that somehow Faris got of him being taken onto an airship seemingly without his approval.
So what makes you think anyone will let us see him?
Again.
I think that we might need to...
So no one likes you. They're not going to let us see him because you're there.
He just looks at you.
Oh, poor soul.
I like you. What I'm saying is that you've said multiple times no one likes or cares about you.
In my family, if I'm going as an undercover diplomatic ally for the Black Cloud Islands, of course they're not going to want to go to war with an empire that is vastly larger than them and has a huge military presence. I have a good chance. You're underestimating me.
Maybe.
Either that or we kidnap him too.
I don't think I want to be involved with an actual kidnapping. Stage kidnapping.
It could be air quotes kidnapping if he agreed.
Well, we would have to see how he felt when we got there. If he wants to, if he wants to return to his wife, then I would assist in a faux kidnapping. But
perfect.
If he wants to stay at home with his family and his kinsmen, I'm going to leave his ass there.
That's fair. That's fair. If that's his legitimate choice that he wants to be there and he wants to go to war with us, then I've done my part. But I have to do something. You guys don't have to do something, but I have to do something.
We do, because we're trying to stop a war. Isn't everything justifiable at that point if we're trying to stop a literal war?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm on your side, Sono.
I have another idea for how we might approach this. So, Sono's already hired these fake pirates.
Hopefully
to
fake
kidnap
pirates.
him.
They're mercenaries, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What if we were to simply go as Sono's escort and then stay there as a means of assurance that these fake pirates don't actually kidnap him?
They sound like actual pirates.
They're mercenaries. There's a difference. You contract mercenaries to do a job.
If we make it that idea unattractive enough by being there, they probably do things as Sono has asked them to do.
You all would have to be my dates on this trip in order for it to be convincing.
Well, that's
4
fine.
dates?
4 dates. You don't have to do anything. Obviously, I can tell that you are not into me at all, and that's fine. I'm fairly insulted by the things that you said, so that's not a turn on for me, actually. So
Fantastic.
I think that it'll be fake. The rest of you, zero pressure, but you all a little smile.
It's just that otherwise we're going to be spending the next 2 days trying to either procure a ship or join a crew.
Yes.
We don't have any contacts.
No, if you all were just my dates for this trip, everybody knows me. Everybody knows that I like to have companions. It wouldn't be unreasonable.
Yeah, you do like to mix it up somehow.
Yeah. Plus, I'm grieving the loss of my relationship.
Why doesn't Greg have an airship?
Greg does not have an airship because Greg has had issues in the past with air travel. Greg's scared of airships.
Okay.
He has an airship.
It's like he's an earth gem.
Yeah.
I get
He
it.
probably doesn't like to be too far away from the ground.
No, he would much rather like mold into the earth and just travel through subterranean stuff than
Why
go in
can't
the
I
sky.
do that?
I don't know. Because you're not a gem.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, you don't remember though.
Oh, maybe.
You can eventually do that as a druid.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can travel through plants.
Well, let's just wait until I level up enough.
All right.
And then I will just huddle
almost
under.
over.
we have to put Hilrana in a training cube so that she trains really fast. And then she can transport
Just
via
put me in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, if this is a plan that's okay with you all, and like I said, there is no obligation for you to do this.
No, but I don't want things to descend into total war and chaos.
Yeah. I do think you might need to purchase us all a wardrobe.
I know.
Hear me out,
I
'cause-
agree with
Yeah.
Melis. That's an excellent
I
idea.
also agree with Melis on this one.
We could go on like a little shopping trip.
Yeah.
That would also help me just have an activity to keep up with the press and the illusion that I'm having a great time.
And
just
that
need
we're
to look
dating all
like
of us.
me.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
establish a
Apparently.
pretext that we're
Yeah.
dating because we've been seen out together.
Why are we dating again?
Because he's rich?
Because I'm. You want the
No, I
justification? Because I'm attractive and rich and a prince. I mean, what else do you want?
you are.
But I know what you mean. It's for the pretense of getting you on the ship.
I thought we were going to be pirates.
No, you're going to be my companions and protect me in case the pirates end up being actually trying to kidnap me.
I am still going to dress like a pirate.
I
I'm your
was
pirate
also
lover.
still going to dress like a pirate.
Okay,
Pirate
this is going to
lovers.
make this a little
Yes.
tougher, but my general, he gestures to his outfit. He already dresses kind of like a rich pirate. So it's fine if you all want to kind of have matching outfits. So a shopping trip. You have any plans for tomorrow? We could go shopping. Lanny, you know that tomorrow is going to be a lesson
Yes.
day with Aquaria.
Yes, I do have to attend a private lesson, and I will, if I am going to be leaving town, I'm going to have to let my band director know that I won't be around.
Okay, yeah, of course.
But aside from that,
I understand that you'll be losing wages by not doing this. I will absolutely compensate you for your time.
Do I have time to get a job before that I will be losing wages on? I can do a lot in 24 hours. We'll see.
If you can find a job, I will compensate you for those wages. Otherwise, I think you're doing fine.
Miles, would you like to hire me as your personal assistant?
I do need a personal assistant.
I charge a lot.
But he's paying for it?
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
you're hired.
Sono just rolls his eyes.
There, I have been employed now.
Aww.
Great.
Do you have healthcare?
Well, I have to do something for a few hours, but I should be ready to go whenever y'all are ready to go.
Great. Well, we can have a shopping trip in the afternoon, perhaps.
Yes, that
Great.
works for me.
All right.
This has been weird,
Yeah.
but fun.
Yeah.
Crab racing was really good. You are an excellent crab athlete, by the way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So it is nighttime. Do you do anything else before you go to bed for the evening?
Does Greg have any books?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of books.
It's a library.
I'm trying to find instructions on how to keep crabs alive.
Crab, make an investigation check.
Do you want me to use speak with animals and ask the crabs?
Oh, that would be excellent. Yes.
Oh, yeah, you can just definitely do that.
I got a 21.
There is a crab care book in his...
Fantastic.
All right. Well, I am going to read the entire crab care book.
And I'm going to talk to the crabs.
And I won't eat them.
Wow. Wow, Miles.
Well, maybe I should check. Actually.
Yeah, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
He can't make
I'm
a
so scared for the
sandwich, but he
crabs.
can make crabs.
Yeah, because you just put them on a stick and roast them over the fire. Oh no.
What did you get?
I got a 21.
Oh, that's good. Oh, this is good.
To resist.
Yeah, it's to resist.
Oh, thank God.
I
Yeah.
was terrified. I was like, I ate a crab.
Man.
Maybe I shouldn't cook my friends' crabs that they're trying to take care
Good
of.
for you,
Yeah,
Miles.
That's a good idea.
Faris, what are you doing?
So we're going to be gone for a few days.
Mhm.
I think she may bid everyone good night, and then you slip out the back door as Euphoria
Oh.
run down to the airship port. So she knows she's going to be gone for a few days. So I think she'll just loudly walk through all the employee areas, jingling her keys to make sure everybody sees her so they think she's actually working.
Yeah, make a performance check.
Okay. Hey, y'all, I'm working. 24.
Yeah, everybody sees you. Everybody says hi. Everybody knows that Euphoria has been at work.
Okay, then once that's settled and I say, hey to Lenny and Squiggy, thank you for the cookies, then I'm going to slip right on back on to Greg's, especially since we aren't trying to steal an airship anymore.
So you all go to bed for the evening. It's the next day. You have some different appointments. You also, I did want to go to the archives. I don't know if you wanted to do that first thing or if you wanted to go shopping first. What are we doing real quick?
I mean, I thought we said that we were going shopping in the afternoon.
Yeah, so you could go in the morning if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
To
What
the
time is my
archives.
appointment with for the lesson?
7 a.m.
Oh,
Okay, then I get up earlier than everybody else, and I truck my little sweet butt over to see Aquaria, who probably changes the time every week, and like sometimes it's the middle of the night.
Yes, exactly. You're actually pretty lucky that you got this time slot.
This is a good slot, y'all.
She is happy to see you, and she will say, Laniver, did you have a chance to read those books that I recommended?
Oh, yes, of course.
How did you like them?
I'm trying very hard to put them into practice.
Let's see.
All right, yes.
Okay, so go ahead and make a performance check with advantage. Look on the long pause.
I got a 1. The first roll was a 1.
Good thing you read those books.
Yeah, so I got a 20.
Oh,
yeah.
She's very impressed. Laniver, I think that keep working on your nerves, keep working on your confidence. This is a great improvement, but honestly, I think it's not so much of an improvement as you have that skill already. It's just finding ways to refine it and make you the best performer that you can be.
Thank you, Aquaria. That's very kind.
Now practice this song, make sure it's perfect for next time.
Okay, yes, I will. I may be gone for some time.
Oh?
Yes, something unexpected has come up and I have to leave town for some time. I'm not quite sure how long it'll take.
Okay, well, I can't hold your appointment slot, so if I fill it by the time you get back, which I will, I won't be able to teach you anymore. You can make a persuasion check, though, Lanny, to try to keep your
Oh, no.
I will, because of your performance that was good, I will let you have advantage because
Okay.
I'm a kind DM.
Oh, I got a 12. Oh, I totally understand. And I know that you need to keep your schedule filled, but would it be possible for me to pay you in advance for the appointments that I'll be missing?
All right, that's acceptable.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Yay.
considering that.
You pay in advance of a month's worth of lessons.
Yeah.
You got that sweet crab money.
Yeah.
You finish your lesson, head back, and you all are now ready to go to the archives.
Woohoo.
You make your way down. You're actually going to the lower terrace for once, other than the very beginning of the campaign where you went to the fairy fire. You will go down the large funicular from the upper terrace to the lower terrace and to where the Hall of Daris is, which is basically the what they consider the temple of the goddess Daris, who's the goddess of justice and law and stuff like that. Just for information, she's one of the prime gods that people worship, at least in Claudia. She's like one of the most important ones that people do. So this is a very prominent, huge structure and has other outbuildings that are attached to it. The building itself for the archives is much smaller. The big stone Hall of Justice kind of towers over it. It's not very impressive. Gary's heading out the door. He has a sack lunch that he looks like he's gonna go have an early morning snack, and he sees you all. Oh, wow, you guys are here really fast.
Hey, good morning, Gary.
Good morning.
How have you been?
I've been great. It's been less than 24 hours. You guys are very prompt.
Yes, it has been. Oh gosh, a lot has happened during that time.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's up, Gary?
not much. Melee's, Laniver,
That's right.
Yeah.
Hilrana, Faris.
What you got in the
Good
sack?
job, Gary.
Oh, it's just like a bagel. Do you want it?
He offered.
He'll very sadly hand it
no,
over to you. Yeah,
no.
sure. No, it's fine. It's fine. I can get a different one later. I was about to go on my break. But I can totally show you all around.
What? Yeah, Gary, if you don't mind, that would be wonderful.
Okay, yeah. I don't have anything to eat anymore now, so I might as well not take my break now.
No,
But is there a
I'll go
snack
get you
machine?
something to eat.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Really, it's fine. I'm glad that you all are here. I'm excited to do some research.
Can I take you to lunch afterward?
Yes, Gary.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be nice. He will take you inside into the building. It's a small reception area. There are a few stacks in a very quaint looking, not even you would call an archives, more like a small office that goes up 2 levels and has like just a library, like a public library sized thing that's going on. And he says, okay, so I need you all to
We need you too, Gary.
oh, whoa. Okay. Oh, wow.
I'm going to intimidate you, but I need you, Gary.
I have
need
no
you,
idea. This is like an enemies to lovers kind of thing.
Enemies to lovers trope in 15 minutes.
Gary is very confused.
We are all very confused.
Gary will take you to a door at the back of this library and say, okay, so you're going to go through this, and it essentially is a spell that's going to keep you from talking about what you see. It doesn't, the information that you get here, you can share freely. It's just, you can't take anything in or out, and you can't talk about it because usually the archives are just for archivists and trusted members of the temple. As the assistant to the head archivist, some perks, you know. He looks kind of proud of himself for once.
Yes, thank you so much for letting us look around in here.
Yeah, no problem.
And we promise that we'll be very careful with the books, and I'll clean off your hands before you touch anything. Yes.
My Melee says, yeah, he's got butter hands.
Yeah, you probably won't actually you won't be touching anything. We have like aids, or I could get
that's for the best.
the stuff. So yeah, please don't touch anything. That's also a very good point.
I can't read well, so
a lot of
there's no
these things
point.
are ancient, could disintegrate. A lot of them are under like glass kind of thing, you know,
Well, so Gary,
temperature controlled.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And you may not know the answer. So while we're in here, we would be perhaps protected from telepathy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fascinating, Sugar. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
What a random question.
Yeah, you can't, no kind of magical influence. You can't teleport in or out. You can't scry inside.
That's fascinating. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
And he opens this door and you see that it leads immediately to a ladder that goes down. And you climb down this ladder for a while until the temperature gets much colder. The air is very dry down here though. And you have definitely gone underneath the ground level of where the city normally is into the mountain itself. Hidden beneath this building, there is a spiraling subterranean archive. It almost reminds you of like an anthill type situation that you're looking at that's just dug down into the earth in these different kind of almost random tunnels that are filled with different tomes and artifacts, and it doesn't look like it was planned very well, almost like they just keep digging when they get more stuff.
So like the more information they have about a topic,
Yes,
the longer
exactly.
those corridors are.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah, very well planned. The thing you all notice the most, though, are all of these floating spectral creatures that are moving through the space, holding different tomes in their translucent forms, moving about, shelving things. There are a bunch of ghosts down here. Ghost archivists.
I am fascinated by the ghosts.
Yeah, so people sometimes, I should have warned you, but the ghosts aren't gonna possess you. They just like to help, and it's good for keeping things secret because ghosts don't need to eat or drink or sleep. They just want to research and be down here.
Oh, I want to be a ghost. That sounds fun.
Yeah. I mean, eventually I would love to be a ghost that works here.
How do you get a job here as a ghost?
Oh, mostly it's people that are drawn to this space after they die.
Awesome.
The original ones were interred in the mausoleums over in the mausoleums of Cephtus. It was kind of an unfortunate crossover. The wards were not working very well and still are somewhat permeable, so they're able to travel through the earth of the mountain into the archives. But really only the ones that come here are ones that are drawn for a reason to work here. We don't get any kind of evil or bad things in here. They're the only things that can pass through our wards, and we've never been able to really figure out how they do it or how to stop them, but they're very
now
friendly.
They're helping you.
Yeah, it's super helpful. It makes my job a lot easier. Yeah. Speaking of which, let me see if anyone can help us. And he will do a little wave towards one of the spirits who, as they come closer, is a young human woman. She's wearing kind of common peasant clothes that look a little bit like maybe a couple decades older than the current fashion. And she says, "Oh, hey, Gary, what's up? Hi.
Hi. It's nice to meet you. I'm Laniver. What's your name?"
Oh, my name is Eleanor.
Nice to meet you, Eleanor.
Wonderful, wonderful. You all are here. Welcome to the archives.
Thank you.
You're not scared of me. That's really cool.
I'm a little frightened of you.
That's okay. I understand. Gary says, yeah, Eleanor here, she made a bargain with a minor devil, and this was her out. She snuck in here instead of having her soul go to the hells. So,
that was smart,
yeah.
Eleanor.
Good to know.
I feel, it was a really dumb deal. I died 3 days later, and I was like, fuck no, I'm not gonna live in eternal damnation. So I just kind of willpowered my way in here. And I always wanted to research anyway. I just didn't have the time. So it's a win-win.
Yes,
That is
definitely.
wonderful. I'm going to file that little nugget in my old noggin.
You really have to know what you're doing in the moment you are passing through. I really didn't want to go to the Nine Hells. I didn't get anything from my bargain. Anyway, what are you all looking for?
Information on Leah
Oh.
and her untimely passing.
Okay, yeah, I can totally get you stuff on that. Anything else?
And that island that Gary talked about,
Yeah,
right?
Amaret.
Yeah. Amaret.
Oh, Gary was telling me the book that he was reading had some stuff about the pleasure city of Amaret. Would have been a cool place to go to. It was destroyed before, any of us were alive, I think. How old are you all?
Oh, I'm 21.
I'm 26.
26. Such young ones.
Oh.
Hilrana just looks at her.
How old he is, and Hilrana just stares.
Hilrana probably doesn't know how old she is either.
Perfect. Well, I will go gather some of that stuff. So she's going to go off and make an investigation check. Oh, very nice. Very competent ghost. As you all are waiting for her to come back, this very pompous looking soldier ghost comes up to you. And he's like,
Gary, who are these people here down in the archives? I thought I told you not to bring peasants down here.
Peasants. How
Gary's
dare
like-
you, sir?
How dare you come into my home?
No, how dare you? They're like squaring off.
I like this one. This one is tough, has a good spirit. Are you a warrior, sir?
I am a warrior. Clearly you are too.
Yes. Yes, I am.
A fellow warrior.
I am just an ordinary warrior, nothing else. Gary just like stares at him. Yeah, this is just an ordinary warrior, nothing else.
You both said that.
My name is John Sky.
Would I recognize him? I feel like Miles
Everyone can
knows
make
military.
a history check.
Oh dear. Faris is just going to say she's a lover, not a fighter, and blow him a kiss.
I do not have time for that.
I got
Four.
a 9.
No idea. No
Yeah,
idea.
No idea.
You got a 1.
No idea. Absolutely no idea. He's John Sky.
John Sky.
John Sky.
Good name.
Thank you.
Good warrior.
Welcome
name.
to my archives. I keep a tight ship down here. Please do not touch anything. I run things here. You are here at my behest and goodwill. Now, good day.
Sir, yes, sir.
And he goes off.
Okay.
Anyway, he was just like a Air Genasi soldier.
Oh, okay.
A moment later, Eleanor comes back with a whole stack of books and scrolls and stuff that you all can look at. I would like everyone to tell me what you're looking for in particular individually, and then make an investigation check with advantage. So, Lanny, what did you want to look at in particular?
I'm particularly interested in the city, the emirate, or I guess the island was Sky Shella, is that correct?
Oh, it's you would know. Sky Shela is the big continent to the west of here. You all would know that Sky Shela is where all of these different gods originally landed and touched this planet.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the birthplace of where everybody comes from that weren't originally here on the planet.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to look up things about emirate.
Perfect. Make an investigation check with advantage.
I got a 24.
24. Nice. Okay. You find out that in Sky Shela to the southeast, there was once a glittering city of decadence and desire, where passionate people, artists, craftspeople, all those people that have different passions and drives in their lives, gathered together and converged. So it was a bustling, vibrant, and dangerous place, where kind of the only rule of law really was to embrace your heart's desire. However, there were definitely people there that were almost like paladins of the city that kept people in check who had very evil desires. So there was a little bit of balance to that, but it was anything goes for the most part as long as it's not like morally reprehensible. The ground it was built on was said to be where the goddess Lear first touched Lyra, the planet that you're on, after traveling through the stars, and the land itself is infused with her essence, spurring those who resided there to embody her passionate nature. However, you do know that when the goddess was slain by her lover Gunvor and the machinations of her child Attain, Amaret became nothing but an enormous crater where the city once was. So that's the surface level info. You do also find some research notes from people who had gone to explore the crater.
Okay.
You get from this journal that this person went there, and every time they approached the crater, they got this just void feeling within them where they lost all sense of motivation or even like presence of mind of like why they were there, and they just wanted to leave because it felt so bad to be there. And once they would get away, they would realize like what the effect was, and they wrote that down, but they unfortunately weren't able to really study it very well because even just the act of researching it in that space they just couldn't motivate themselves to do it. They needed somebody with a stronger will or some kind of ward against whatever the crater was doing to them.
Okay. So my current theory is that when she was dying, she went to the city and then she teleported it, like the entire thing, somewhere else. That's the new poison flower theory.
Gary will love that theory.
Yeah.
That's really fascinating. And that would line up with what Evangeline Sparks wrote in Kiss of Fire. That would be incredible. if that were the case, that the city was actually out there and not just completely destroyed.
Yeah, big if true.
Anything else you guys want to look up?
Well, not look up because Miles isn't a reader, but he wants to talk to John Sky.
Okay, yes, you can talk to John Sky.
Well, specifically about, like, he assumes John Sky has read stuff and has been a soldier in various battles.
I have absolutely read things and been in many battles.
Yeah, so he wants to talk to him about war tactics and famous battles and stuff and learn from him.
Interesting. He will talk to you at length about, I was the one who led the charge against the Black Cloud Islands back in the day when they rebelled against the Cloudian Empire. And I fought them bravely. We, eventually, I believe, there was a peace accord, but that was after my time. And he will give you all kinds of battle tactics for the different warfare that was, and the blockades and stuff that happened with the Black Cloud Islands, and a lot of the murders and shit that were done by the Cloudian Empire. Not very fun, savory things, not very honorable things, but this guy loves it.
Yeah. Miles loves it
Does
too.
he know if there's any secret ways into the city?
He knows that there was the Black Cloud Islands themselves are partially on land where there are volcanic islands, but there are also some floating land masses that are up in the sky. He knows of a way of, they used to use this tactic of cloaking their airships to get through the security perimeter of the floating islands. However, he's not sure. You don't know if that would work currently.
Well, we'll learn it. We'll learn it and keep it in the night.
He can direct you to a scroll that kind of has this incantation that has information about cloaking an airship.
I'll go with Hilrana to read it.
Yeah.
And can I look up also about the symbol that's on all of us?
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, we both make an investigation check.
Any incidences of that happening, and what is it for?
18.
16.
Okay, so she will bring you both a lot of scrolls to look through, a lot of tomes that have multiple examples of where different people were marked by a god. And a lot of this lines up with the information that you've heard before, which, unless it's an evil-aligned deity, some people were cursed and marked, almost branded. Lear herself was a neutral god. You don't find any record of her doing that against people's will. You do find some things about rituals that people would do to dedicate themselves to Lear, and some of that actually sounds pretty similar to the ritual that was done when you were trying to commune with her back at the House of Heavenly Delights in the BDSM basement.
Oh.
A lot of that sounds similar. A lot of the rituals have that similar kind of invocation. You don't find anything about Lear herself or any other non-evil deities that would curse people, so it doesn't seem like it's a curse. It's more of a mark usually of a blessing or a boon from dedicating yourself to a deity.
Now, Faris left and didn't do the ritual.
Oh shit, so this is some new info for you. But Hilrana can be like, well, yeah, this is...
Well, that's why she asked about telepathy. She doesn't want anybody to know that she knows.
Perfect. So that's the information you all get through maybe an hour or two of researching with the aid of these ghosts. I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eleanor will let you know that she'll keep looking through things, as will Gary, and see if he finds anything else, because there's plenty of other things. You're just kind of touching the surface.
Was there anything about people acting the way they are when they're, and how to stop it?
You can make another investigation check for me.
Can I help her?
Yeah, so you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
15.
You for sure can find some historical instances of gods when they were not followed or their practices weren't honored, that there would be repercussions through a form of, most of the time it's considered a curse, as this influence that the god wields over these people until whatever they originally were supposed to be doing was fulfilled.
What are we supposed to be doing?
You would know that the whole thing was there was a trial or a challenge that was supposed to happen, and it was invoked the trial of Lear. And the whole convoluted thing was that these cultists of Lear were like, hey, this will be proof if it actually does things to people that she's still out there and she's not 100% dead. So they definitely got their proof, but then it affected everybody, including you all, in ways that you don't quite know.
So does someone need to fulfill the challenge?
Maybe. Something needs to be done in order to make amends for the fact that challenge wasn't actually followed.
What's the challenge?
Yeah.
The challenge of Lear usually is some way of proving that you have some kind of passionate desire or connection with the person that you're marrying.
That would have been easy.
Yeah, it would have been.
Avoided all of this.
Wasn't the killer.
Damn it, Jalessa.
So, with
Yep.
that in mind, if you can reunite them and there is a connection between them, that would be a surefire way of resolving this, you think. Even or killing the people that are involved. That's good too.
Okay.
A lot of times
Choices.
these curses would end once people died.
Who has to die?
Who has to die?
Are we
Celeste.
smart
The
enough
main
to
people
agree?
that were involved in whatever
Celeste.
the
Prince and
thing,
princess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, would we have put that together from this research?
I think yes. With the amount of time you've been down here, Gary will definitely be helping you. Anytime that I'm talking, it's probably more of Gary positing ideas.
Yeah, I would have thought that would have been fulfilled by them getting married.
No, because just because you marry somebody isn't proof that you have any kind of romantic connection or desire for them.
Or they had never met before.
They had spent a very minimal amount of time together, so it would have been something.
In the closet at the Beholder or the fairy fire?
Yeah, they had met when they were basically kids and they kind of were pen pals, but you don't know if there was
So
any
they
kind
need
of passion
like
between
some
them.
honeymoon.
Yeah, essentially.
time.
They need a sexy vacay.
And then, as soon as they got married, he, whatever happened, and he supposedly took off with Bernadette.
But they never even had their wedding night.
Yeah.
And they never had their wedding. They just have to fuck. Passion is
Sounds
not
about right.
okay. So passion is not just sex. It could be something else. It just has to be a genuine connection between them.
We got to take him.
saxophone guy.
Saxophone
Yeah.
guy. So next time, after this, we had a delightfully exciting ending at the archives. A lot of info. We will have our shopping trip with Sono and maybe some other stuff before you head off into the skies to the Black Cloud Islands.
Yar.
Yar.
Speaking of Yar, please don't bring your sword.
No, I'm not going to.
Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it.
I'm
Don
so
Carlos
sorry,
wants
Don
to take to the
Carlos.
sky.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry,
He
Don
stows
Carlos.
away in your bag.
You know
The
he's
last-
gonna try.
The last thing we need is actual pirates, Don Carlos. No.